the while loop. In this session also we shall go through one more problem, that is a factorial problem dealing with the factorial series. In the last session we had the factorial series of natural numbers, 1 factorial, 2 factorial plus 3 factorial, etc. As you see in this case, we are going to find out the n terms of the odd factorial series, 1 factorial plus 3 factorial and 5 factorial, etc. As I've noticed, told you earlier, always when you have a series, always look at the next term from the previous term. So as you see here, 3 factorial, how do you obtain it? By multiplying 1 factorial by 2 and 3. How do you get 5 factorial? You multiply 3 factorial by 4 and 5 and goes on like that. So that is what we are going to do. As you see here, so t1 is equal to 1. How do I get t2 when I is equal to 1? That is the question. When I is equal to 1, how do I get 2? 2. Then we can, from once you get 2, but you add 1, you get 3. So when I is equal to 2, how do you get 4? That is the question. When I is equal to 3, how do you get 6? When I is equal to 4, how do you get 8? So by looking at these numbers and looking at I values, so 1 into 2 will give you 2, 2 into 2 will give you 4, and 3 into 2 will give you 6, 4 into 2 will give you 8. So this is how you're going to get the first part of the term. Then by adding one more, you get, as you see here, so t1 is equal, so t2 is equal to t1, that is 1 into 2 into 3, 3 factorial. So that is t1 into 2 into 1 and 2 into 1 plus 1. So how do I get to t3? So that is t2 plus 4 into 5. That is 2 into 2 plus 4 into 1 plus 1. 2 into 2 plus 1. So how do I get the fourth term? That is third term plus into 6 into 7. How do I get 7? That is 3 into 2 gives you 6, and 3 into 2 plus 1 gives you 7, etc. You go on doing this. Or the general formula here is t is equal to t into 2i. This is I value, into 2i plus 1. So this is very important, which we are going to use in our flow chart and C program. Let us consider here. So you have got initialize s is equal to 0, factorial is equal to 1, and I is equal to 1. So here I am adding already. The first term is added for I is equal to 1. So then here I calculate the next term. So 2i into 2i plus 1. So it becomes 2, 1 into 2 into 3, because 3 factorial, I has become 2 now. I has become 2. So I'm adding therefore to 1 factorial, 3 factorial. Now I has become 2. So it becomes 3 factorial into 2 into 2, 2 into 2 plus 1, it becomes 5 factorial. I becomes 3. So I'm adding I 5 factorial here. Now here therefore, how do I get the next term? 5 factorial into 2 into 3, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. Because 7 factorial, I is become 4. Now I'm doing it only for I value, n value is equal to 4. Therefore, now I becomes 5. It comes out of the loop and it prints the value of s, it is 5167. So this is a simple example. Again, the whole thrust is you get the next term from the previous term. So try to derive the formula and use that formula in the flowchart and C program, as you see here, Python program here. So we have initialized, of course here already we are putting 1 in here. So I've changed it because I'm calculating the next term here already. So then you are added to the previous factorial. This is to print the factorial series. So then I is equal to I plus 1, increment that, and at the end, so for example, you enter 3 here, it accepts 3, converts into integer, and immediately it prints, every time it prints the 1 factorial, 2 factorial, etc. First factorial is printed outside. Therefore, that's why I'm doing here. Factorial is 1. Already, I assume that S contains 1. So this is how we do, and then I get 127. I enter 4, I get 1, 2, 4 terms of this odd factorial series, and as you notice, the value is 5167. So this is how you are going to work out more problems. So I've got a series of problems here. So again, 1 minus 3 factorial plus 5 factorial minus 5 minus 7 factorial. You've already done the series 1 minus 3 plus 5 minus 7. Now it is factorial series. So then this is slightly complicated. So you have to check, how do I get this term from this, or how do I get 2 factorial from this. So if I get 2 factorial, just plus 1, it will be 3 factorial. So how do I get 3 factorial from 2? So therefore this is a combination of two parts there, t1 t2. So that is what t is equal to t1 t2. So then here division, 1 factorial divided by 2 factorial, etc. So these are some exercises which you should try and program. First you write the flow chart and then write the corresponding program. Thank you.